Hello there and welcome back. In this video I am going to introduce you with text styles. So text styles allows us to define different properties for a text and save them for the future use. So for example, we can define a text style with a specific font size and a font weight. And later, whenever we create a new text, we don't have to go in a display panel to add those text properties all over again. Instead, we can just reuse that same text style that we have already saved and defined, right? Now, there are two different types of text styles. The first one is a local, which will be available in that specific project file. And the second one, or the second type, is a part of a library that will be available across multiple different project files. Now, there is an important thing here to note, and that is that there are actually different kind of properties that are available and not available to use with the text styles, and I'm going to show you that right now. So this is the official documentation about the Figma, and here we can see what kind of text properties are actually supported in the text styles and what properties are not supported. So font family, weight and size is supported, line height, letter spacing, paragraph spacing and indentation are supported. Then a horizontal and vertical alignment of a text and color and fill are actually not supported. Then decoration, letter case and lists are supported. Then a resize behavior is not supported, and the open type feature is supported. So only things that are not supported are a horizontal and vertical alignment of a text, then a color of a text, and the resizing behavior as well. Everything else is supported. And now let's get back to Figma so I can show you how you can create your own text styles. So for example, I'm going to here write some text, or actually let me first create here one frame like that. There you go. Now I'm going to create here one text, for example a title. There you go. So as you can see in this display panel or design panel, we have our text section, right? And this button on the right side represents a text style. So if we open that up, then you will see that by default there are actually three different styles that we can use, right? And those three different styles are actually published as a library. So those styles are available in all projects that we create here within the Figma. And we can just use each one of those styles by just pressing one of those styles, and that style will be immediately applied to our selected text, right? And that style will have all the properties that we have already defined up front for that specific style. And if you don't want to use this style, you can just press this unlink or a detach style button, and then you will be able to modify all its properties without using one of those text styles. So now let's try to create our own text style, right? I'm going to use here a Roboto font. For the actual height or the actual font size, I'm going to select the 24 size. Style will be bold. I'm going to add here a 0 for a letter spacing. There you go. And this is how our actual title will look like. Or we can even increase that font to maybe 26. There you go. So if we want to create our own style, what we can do, we can now open that same panel, so style panel. Let's now press this plus button, which represents a create style button. And here I'm going to name this style, for example, to say header number 1, for example, right? And I can now click create style. There we go. So now when I open that same panel, when I create the new text, so let's create here the new text, for example, title. So let's detach that style now. Let's switch that to maybe 18 or something else. There you go. Maybe a regular. So now we can just, with one click, apply all those same styles that we have applied in this text right here. So we can select our new style or new text, then open this panel and just select one of those local styles that we have just created. So header 1, which has a 26 of a font size. There we go. And basically with one click, we were able to apply all those different styles, and we don't have to do that manually, right? So it's very convenient, and we can create here a couple of different styles, for example, for a header, for a subtitle, for a body, for a button, and so on and so on. And we can just create a new text and apply those styles immediately right there. Now let me just here create a new text with detaching this actual style. We can change that to a regular, for example, 16 maybe, there we go. So those styles are actually available now only within this file, right? Because they are local styles. And we can adjust basically those styles that we have already created by clicking this icon which says edit style. So from there we can just modify its values from this same text style. We can change the actual boldness, the actual font size, and so on and so on. So basically everything we can with the normal text, right? And if you want to publish your local text styles, then you can go here to this theme library icon. And from there you can use your current project and just publish those text styles from your current project, which is in this case example project, right? There we go. And for those styles that are actually not local, for example those three that are global styles, we can edit them, and if we press here this edit button, then we will not be able to modify those styles directly from this project. Instead, we are going to need to go to the style definition, and there we can edit those styles, right? So now if I click here, go to a style definition, then a new tab here will appear, and that new tab basically represents that project in which those styles were actually defined, right? And from there we can use those styles and actually define them or modify them. So that's how it works. Alright, and now you can of course delete one of those styles that we have already created. You can just go to the right click and then edit or delete. Now let's delete that style, there we go. And that's how it works. So we can easily predefine a one text style and then later just with a one click apply that new style to each and every text. And whenever you are working on your own project design, it's always a good thing to define all those styles that you want to use within your design. That way you'll have a consistent look in your application. And of course later when we start working on our own project, then we are going to also define our own text styles that we are going to use in our mobile application. So if you have any questions about text styles, feel free to comment down below, and for this video that will be all.